Okay, therefore, uh, what is 10 question and answers in English about depression? What is depression? Depression is a mental health disorder that causes persistent feelings of sadness, loss of interest, and low energy. Two, what are common symptoms of depression? Symptoms include sadness, hopelessness, change in sleep, loss of appetite, difficulty concentrating, and lack of motivation. Three, can depression affect physical health? Yes, it can cause fatigue, headaches, digestive problems, and even a weaker immune system. Or is depression the sign of sadness? No, sadness is a temporary, while depression is a long-lasting and interferes with daily life. Five, uh, what what causes depression? It can be caused by genetics, brain chemistry, stressful life events, or medical conditions. Six, how is depression diagnosed? A mental health professional evaluates symptoms, duration, and their impact on daily functioning. Seven, can depression be treated? Yes, through therapy, medication, lifestyle change, and social support. Eight, does exercise help with depression? Yes, regular exercise can improve mood by releasing endorphins and reducing stress. Uh, Nine, can people recover from depression? Yes, with proper treatment and support, many people recover and lead fulfilling lives. 10. What is important to tell about depression? Because open conversation reduces stigma, encourages seeking help, and promoted mental well-being. Okay. Hanon Right by Charles Bukowski, Chapter 4. It was another Sunday that we got into the Model T in search of my Uncle John. He has no ambition, said my father. I don't see how he can hold his good damned head up and look people in the eye. I wish he would chew tobacco, said my mother. He speaks the stuff everywhere. If this country was full of men like him, the chinks would take over and we'd ruin the laundries. John never had a chance, said my mother. He ran away from home early. At least you got a high school education. College, said my father. Where? asked my mother. The University of Indiana. Jack said you only went to high school. Jack only went to high school. That's why the gardeners for the rich. I'm ever going to see my Uncle Jack? I asked. First, let's see if we can find your Uncle John, said my father. Do the Chinks really want to take over this country? I asked. Those yellow devils have been waiting for centuries to do it. What's to stop them is that they have become busy fighting Japs. Who are the best fighters, the Chinks of the Japs? The Japs. The trouble is that there are too many Chinks. When you skill a Chink, he splits in half and becomes two Chinks. How come their skin is yellow? Because instead of drinking water, they drink their own pee. Daddy, don't tell the boy that. And then tell him to stop asking questions. We dropped around through another one Los Angeles day. My mother had on one of her pretty dresses and fancy hats. And when my mother was dressed up, she always sat straight and held her neck be very stiff. I wish we had enough money so we could help John and his family, said my mother. It's not my fault if they don't have a pot to piss in, answered my father. Daddy, John was in the war just like you were. Don't you think he deserved something? He never rose in the ranks. I became a master sergeant. Henry, all your brothers can be like you. They don't have any goddamn drive. The thing is, they can live off their land. We drove along a bit further. Uncle John and his family lived in a small court. We went up the cracked city sidewalk to a sign porch, and my father pushed the bell. The bell didn't ring. He knocked loudly. Open up, it's the cops, my father yelled. Daddy, stop it, said my mother. After what seemed a long time, the door opened in a crack. Then it opened further, and we could see my Aunt Anna. She was very thin, her cheeks were hollow, and her eyes had dark pouch. Her voice wasn't thin too. Oh, Henry, Catherine, come on, please. We followed her in. There was very little furniture. There was a breakfast nook with a table and 4 chairs, and there were 2 beds. My mother and father sat in the chairs. 2 girls, Catherine and Betsy. I learned their names later. Were the same taking turns trying to scrape peanut butter out of a nearly empty peanut butter jar. We were just having lunch, said my Aunt Anna. The girls came over with smears of peanut butter which they spread on the dry pieces of bread. They kept looking into the car and scraping with the knife. Where's John? Asked my father. My aunt sat down wearily. She looked very weak, very pale. Her dress was dirty. Her hair uncombed, tired, sad. We've been waiting for him. We haven't seen him for quite some time. Where did, where did he go? I don't know. He just left on the motorcycle. And he does, said my father. I think about his motorcycle. Is it Henry Jr.? Yes. He just starts. He's so quiet. That's the way we want him. Still water runs deep. Not with this one. The only thing that runs deep with him are the holes in his earth. The 2 girls took their slice of bread and worked outside and sat on the stop to eat them. They hadn't spoken to us. I thought they were quite nice. They were hidden like their mother, but they were still quite pretty. How are you, Anna? Asked my mother. I'm all right. Anna, you don't look well. I think you need food. Why doesn't your boy sit down? Sit down, Henry. He likes to stand, said my father. It makes him strong. He's getting ready to fight the Chinks. Don't you like the Chinese? My aunt asked me. No, and I answered. Will and my father asked, how are things going? Awful really. The landlord keeps asking for the rent. He gets very nasty. He frightens me. I don't know for the. I heard the cops are after John, said my father. He didn't do very much. What did he do? He makes some counterfeit dimes. Dimes. Jesus Christ! What kind of ambition is that? John really doesn't want to be bad. Seems to me he doesn't want to be anything. He would live cool, yeah. And if a frog had wings, he would wear his ass out hopping. There was silence then in the sat there. I turned and looked outside. The girls were gone from the porch. They had gone off somewhere. Come, sit down, Henry, said my Aunt Anna. He stood there. Thank you. It's all right. Anne, my mother asked, are you sure that John will come back? He'll come back when he gets tired of the things, said my father. John loves his children, said Anna. I hear the cops are after him for something else. What? Rape? Rape? Yes, Anna, I heard about it. He was riding his motorcycle one day. The young girl was hitchhiking. She got onto the back of his motorcycle, and as they rode along, all of a sudden John saw an empty garage. He dropped in there, closed the door, and raped the girl. How did you find out? Find out? The cops came and told me. They asked me where he was. Did you tell them? What for to him have him go to hell and evade his responsibilities? That's just what he'd went. I never thought of it that way. Not that I'm for rape. Sometimes a man can't help what he does. What? I mean, after having the children and with this tip of life, the worry and I don't look so good anymore. He saw a young girl. She looked good to him. She got on his bike. You know, she put her arms around him. What? Asked my father. How would you like to be raped? I guess I won't like it. Well, I'm sure the young girl didn't like it either. A fly appeared and whirled around and around the table. We watched it. There is nothing to eat here, said my father. The fly has come to the wrong place. The fly became more and more bold. It circled closer and made buzzing sounds. The closer it circled, the louder the buzzing became. You're not going to tell the cops that you might come home? My aunt asked my father. I'm, I am not going to let him off the hook so easily, said my father. My mother had leaped quickly. It closed, and she brought her hair back down to the table. I got him, she said. What, got what? Asked my father. The fly, she smiled. I don't believe you. You see the fly anywhere? The fly is gone. It flew off. No, I have eaten my ham. Nobody is that quick. I have eaten my ham. Bullshit. You don't believe me? No. Open your mouth. All right. My father opened his mouth and my mother cupped her one hand over it. My father leapt up, raving at this threat. Jesus Christ! The frightened of his mouth and began circling the table again. That's enough, said my father. We're going home. He got up and walked out the door and down the wall and got into the Model T and just sat very stiff, looking dangerous. We brought you a few cans of food, my mother said to my aunt. I'm sorry, I can't be money, but Henry is afraid John will use it for him or gasoline for this motorcycle. It isn't much. Soap, hash, peas. Okay, Catherine, thank you. But my mother got up and I followed her. There were two boxes of canned food in the car. I saw my father sitting there, rigid. He was still angry. My mother handed me the smaller box of cans, and she took the large box and followed her back into the court. We set the boxes down in the breakfast nook, and Anna came over and picked a can. It was can of peas, the label on the covered with little room green please. This is lovely, said my aunt. And we have to go, Henry. Dignity is upset. My aunt threw her arms around my mother. Everything has been so awful. But but this uh, but this is like a dream. Wait until the girls come home. Wait until the girls see all these kinds of food. My mother hugged my aunt back. Then they separate. John is not a bad man, my aunt said. I know, my mother answered. Goodbye, Anna. Goodbye, Catherine. Goodbye, Henry. My mother turned and walked out the door. I followed her. We walked to the car and got in. My father started the car. As we were driving off, I saw my aunt at the door waving. My mother waved back. My father didn't wave back. I didn't either.